Hello and welcome to another vlog. My name is Josie. If we haven't met before, this is going to be a vlog all about knitting. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 boys, 4 and 1, and I love crafting, mostly knitting. I've gotten 2 spam calls since I've sat down. I've heard the little thing go off. Yes. 1 minute ago and right now. I didn't get any spam calls over the weekend. It was wonderful. I guess I know that they work Monday to Friday. But I got 36 yesterday and I blocked all of them. So right now I'm on the defense. I'm going to be blocking all of the spammers. I don't know if I'm getting repeat ones, but I'm going to block them all. But anyway, on happier news, look at the progress I made on my Practically Perfect Socks by Kay Jones. This is a exclusive pattern for her patrons. But look how cute. I'm done with the little daisy section. This is where I was last time I showed you, or last time I filmed my last video. So I'm done with the little daisy section. I feel like whenever I do lace, it never looks good. Never. If you have any tips for like how to make your lace really neat, I mean maybe blocking it will help. I'll definitely block it, but. And then I just followed her directions for a heel flap and gusset, which I have not done a heel flap and gusset in several socks. I mean, I want to say like definitely over 5. I was going to say 10. I don't know that I've knit 10 socks recently, but it was my first time doing heel flap and gusset in a very long time. It's a square turn, which I don't know if all of them are square turns, but she like specifies it in the pattern. And now that I'm much more familiar with sock construction, I haven't done a heel flap and gusset because I don't like the construction. I don't like how it takes so long. I like the fit, but I don't like the construction. So I've been trying different like short row heels, different heel constructions to see if I would like one that knitted better. But I just wanted to follow her instructions. I wanted to try a heel flap and gusset on DPNs, which I really liked. Another spam call. Now that I have very familiar with like sock construction, I actually enjoyed this heel flap and gusset, especially the turn, seeing like, oh, I understand what's going on here. It was really cool. I was like, wow, this is working and I understand how it's working. I understand why this is being done. So yeah. And it took a while. Like, one thing about the heel flap, like a short row turn, is I can do it in like one 2-hour session. With the gusset decreases, because you're picking up so many stitches, it takes several sessions, so it just feels like it takes longer. But I'm reminding myself that I'm also knitting like part of the foot too, as I'm decreasing the gusset. But so yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's super cute. I love the yarn I dyed. I think it's a very nice tonal. There are some speckles, some unintentional speckles where like the dye didn't dissolve all the way. I don't know that I'd be able to find one because it's not too obvious, but yeah, here's one. Oh boy, let's see. You see that little orange dot? Right, okay. Right there. Yeah. There's a couple of those where I'm like, oh yep, that dye didn't dissolve. But otherwise, I think it's a really beautiful tonal, and I think it's going to complement like just a simple lace pattern really well. So yes, it was a very fun week of knitting, or weekend. I didn't knit too much actually on Saturday, but I did. Is it getting too dark? I'm trying to pay attention to the exposure, because I feel like there's been some clips in my previous videos that have been too overexposed, but now that it's cloudy and rainy outside, I don't know what to do so much. But yes, I was saying on Saturday I went to a fiber festival with my mom, the yearly fiber festival that I always go to. It's in Franklin, Indiana, so it's a little bit of a drive for me, but it's really fun. And it was too hot to wear any of my hand knits, which was a bummer. I wanted to wear my Alpine Bloom because I bought that yarn at this festival and I knew the dyer was going to be there again, but it was way too hot. And not all the buildings are air conditioned. So yes, it was just too hot. I couldn't do it. My mom got her first project for knitting and she started it and she likes it. She learned how to knit, I guess, when she was much younger, but has just been feeling intimidated to do it. She's a very proficient crocheter. And so I was just like, no, it's time. So I got her their muscle burrow hat and pattern and needles. And then we bought her yarn that she wanted. And she is knitting up a storm and she's doing really good at it. So that's super fun to have like knitted with my mom. And then what else was there? Oh, and then I bought a cute. I've been eyeing these yarn bowls that Prairie Bag Works, I think. I'll link her below because I saw these now it's been 4 years. 4 years ago I saw these yarn bowls for the first time and I should have bought them. She had so many. It's like she uses like a rope. It's not clay or wood or anything. She uses a rope. It's her design. It's brilliant. I'll link her below. But every year since, she has sold out of them. It's a 2-day festival, Friday and Saturday, and every year since, she's sold out of them on Saturday. She ships online. You can order online and she'll ship it to you, but there's just a part of me that just wants to get it at the festival. And so I don't buy it online. But I found this cute bag. I really could not pass up this like little embroidered sheep. Look at that. Is that not so cute? So it's just like a little, project bag. But yeah, it's just a little project bag with like a little sheep in it. No pockets on the inside. Very simple. There's a button. Some buttons. But I have just been like folding it down like this so it kind of stays up. And then putting yarn in here. And using it as like a yarn bowl. So I got that. Because once again, I couldn't get the yarn bowl that I wanted. But I did get a cute sheep. And then these were on sale. A vendor had these on massive sale. And my mom bought them for me. They're DPNs. So there's sock sizes. And then there's like larger hat sizes. And then I would even think I'd be able to use these for sleeves, which is what I was really excited for. Hey, buddy. So yeah, they were on sale. I've never used this brand of needles. Just don't know how to pronounce it. But they're 6-inch needles, DPNs, five pieces per needle size. And there's US 0, US 1, US 1.5, US 2, US 2.5, US 3, US 4, US 5. So I was really happy with that. I'm really happy to have a little collection of DPNs. So it was a very fun crafty weekend. And then I was able to do quite a lot of knitting on Sunday evening, I believe. And that's where I got a lot of this work done. And also Monday too, I was able to do some sock knitting. Okay, but I'm going to stop chatting and start knitting. Because now I'm just knitting on the foot. So I'm at a very relaxing part. I'm going to watch the next installment, week 2, of Summer Stitching from the Bakery Bears. And I might have to go help my son soon too. It's the next day. It is so hot outside. It is currently, let me see. Oh, spam call. Deny. Okay, it is currently 85. High of 89 today. And it feels, feels like 85. It's just so humid. It's so humid. I thought I was gonna be like, oh, it's like, it's a humidity and it makes it feels like 95 or something crazy, because that's what it feels like outside. But no, it is 85 and it feels like 85. Today is a hair cutting day, and I guess just a bang trim, and I could not be more excited to get my bangs trimmed because they are too long. The humidity, they don't hold shape at all, and so they're just like constantly in my eyes. So hence the headband. Yes.
I'm gonna go pee.
Go pee. Okay, so this is it's officially off the yarn. This is the first section of the Wildflower Blanket. This is what I showed you last time we were together. So I only had 6 more garter ridges before I ran out of yarn. It's so pretty. It's so pretty, but now I get to add in my contrast color, which is my hand-dyed yarn, and I'm just super excited to see how it's going to work up together. Before I start, I really wanted to show you, I've been really intrigued by the idea of tracking my time, tracking how long I get to like do fun things each day, because I don't know about you, but it never seems like I have enough time in the day. And one thing that I've been really struggling with in this season of like no sleep and hormones and just difficult time currently is, yes, hold that thought. Okay, as I was saying, yes, I've been really struggling with finding time to do things that don't feel as restful as like knitting and crafting, like reading my Bible and cleaning the house, doing chores. They feel like work because I'm like thinking about things. Knitting, I'm also thinking about things, but the act of knitting is just very relaxing, and I'm finding it really difficult. At any break in the day, all I want to do is rest, which does not include reading my Bible and cleaning. But I need to do those things. They're very important. And so I downloaded this app called Toggle, and I'm basically just been recording my like crafting time to just so that I can visually see how much I'm actually crafting, how much free time not free time, because I do craft like when the boys are awake, but how much time I have in a day to craft. So I'm tracking knitting, cross stitch, Bible time, walking, and board games, and video games too. Just like all the things that I find like relaxing. Bible time does not feel relaxing, but I know that it is. I know that it is good for me and it will help me rest. So let me show you. On Monday I did 40 minutes of, battery's gonna die. Okay, third time's the charm. I'm actually just gonna screen record maybe that would be easiest, and then add it. We'll see if I can do that. Okay, yes, so on Monday I did 40 minutes of cross stitch at night. I did an hour and 54 minutes of knitting total. That's not like my rest time knitting, because I usually get about 70 minutes, but that was just while making dinner, while folding laundry. I mean, not knitting and folding laundry, but like having that time to fold laundry, getting able to have a few rows in, during breakfast, lunch, that kind of thing. I did 23 minutes of a board game, 10 minutes of walking. Yesterday I had an hour and 20 minutes of knitting, and then 13 minutes of Bible time. Today I've only had 5 minutes of Bible time. So I'm not trying to get a certain time of anything, but it's just tracking. I just want to track where I'm spending my time. Yeah, so I'm going to track my knitting time today, and I'm very excited. It's been a hard day, a lot of disciplining, a lot of discipling the children, and yeah, it's just been a hard day. So I'm ready to rest. I'm ready to rest with knitting, and then in a few hours I will rest with some new bangs. I'm very excited. I'm back, and I look a little different. I'm going to try very hard not to stare at myself in the viewfinder. It's going to be very hard because they just feel so strange. The elephant in the room. I kept the same bangs I had, but I just made them shorter. So like, it's the same amount of bangs, but they were just longer. But now they're just bam, right in front of your face. You can't miss them. I'm going to try very hard not to stare at myself in the viewfinder, but it is a strange feeling on my face. Strange to see it over there. Anyway, I think you saw I opened this book this morning while my kids were finishing their breakfast. This is a devotional I've been reading all year. I mean, it's 30 days, so I've been reading it very slowly. It's not large. It's The Way of the Wildflower by Ruth Jo Simons. Gospel Meditations to Unburden Your Anxious Soul. She is a watercolorist and a Christian speaker, writer, and there are like 30, I believe there are 30 kind of devotions, and each devotion has a wildflower associated with it. And the one that I opened to today was, let me go to it, was When You Don't Want to Read the Bible. And that's what I was talking about yesterday, like why I've been tracking my time. Because it feels like I'm just at the end of myself in a lot of ways. I'm very exhausted, and I got like hormones back, and I'm in like a state called adrenal fatigue. I don't want to go into too much detail, but my functional doctor was just explaining that I'm basically so stressed out that my hormones have stopped producing. I don't handle postpartum well. I think I mentioned that before. At least I haven't the past 2 times. But this time around, we're still not getting sleep. And we did get better sleep with Simon. And because of that, I think it's just really affecting me and my hormones for whatever reason this time. But so I'm just so exhausted. A lot. I don't feel like myself a lot. The antidepressant I'm on, I think, definitely helps. But yes, when I have time to rest, reading my Bible does not feel restful. Even though I know, like in my head, that it is what I need. As a Christian, as a follower of Christ, I know that it is good to consume the Word of God. That it is, not only is it just a good thing to do, but it is good for my soul. The best thing for me. But for whatever reason, it's like I don't feel rested after I do it. And the only thing that makes me feel like I've achieved rest without like taking a nap is crafting. And I've just been thinking a lot about that and wondering why that is. And so that's why I started tracking my time. I mentioned that yesterday. And I just spent like, I think a little bit over 10 minutes today reading in the devotional, and then like prepping for what my church sermon was gonna be on this week. But yeah, I opened it and it was when you don't want to read the Bible, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone in this. Clearly, like someone put it in a book, I'm not alone. But I just wanted to read some things. Yeah, she said, a lack of desire to avail ourselves to God's word and his voice likely stems from many places in our hearts, but here are a few common ones that come to mind. Distraction, a lack of focus because other things seem more satisfying in the moment. Is that not what I just described? And then perceived lack of time, believing that the time we do have is needed for more critical, more important things that must get done. Yeah. I don't even need to say more about that. That's just exactly the lie that I've been believing, is that it will not satisfy me as much to read the Bible when I could be knitting. She mentions a C.S. Lewis quote in The Weight of Glory. Lewis wrote, "It would seem that our Lord finds our desires not too strong, but too weak. We are half-hearted creatures, fooling about with drink and sex and ambition when infinite joy is offered us, like an ignorant child who wants to go on making mud pies in a slum because he cannot imagine what is meant by the offer of a holiday at the sea. We are far too easily pleased." Again, just like more confirmation that currently, yes, I'm believing the lie that knitting and crafting will satisfy me more than the Bible, more than being with God. But that's not the truth. And even though I know it, I'm believing that lie. And I'm really grateful for this little chapter that's like continuing to reveal that lie, continuing to remind me of the truth. Yeah, it's just, I'm really grateful for the time I spent this morning and the devotional. And I was just in Proverbs. I'm really grateful for it. Yeah, and I think along with that lie, I'm realizing that another lie I believe is that if I don't spend like an hour in God's word, it's not worth it. Yeah, I guess ultimately it's not worth it. And finding an hour for anything is like really hard. Like I have to work hard to get an hour of knitting every day, that kind of a thing. Like, where am I going to get, if I give an hour of Bible time, then I'll have 0 time for knitting, all that lies. And it's just helping me realize that no, even 10 minutes is worth it, is life-giving. I just need to remind myself of that truth. I know this was such a tangent, but it's just amazing. I did not know what it was going to be about when I filmed it this morning, and then I just flipped the page and I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I talked about. And so I just wanted to chat with you about it, about what I'm learning. But it's a journey, just trying to figure it out, really trying to figure out how, in this season of life with young ones, how to be faithful and reading and meeting the Lord. So I had such a fun time knitting my blanket yesterday, but I am going to spend time on my sweater. I have not knit on this since I showed you last time. So, and I will show you later today or tomorrow the progress of all my projects that you've seen, but yeah, so I have not knit on this. This was the last time I showed you. So I'm just gonna keep going. We'll see how much I can get done in about an hour. Hey friends, I'm here to sign off this vlog. I wanted to give you an update on the projects I worked on. I didn't get to film a lot yesterday because I just don't get, like, Thursdays are our busiest day, like, family-wise. But I got a lot of progress done. So it's like a, you know, it's coming along. The collar. This is definitely my least favorite. Not because the yarn isn't spectacular. It really is so soft and lovely. But it's just a little, I guess maybe a little bit boring. I think I'm gonna like it a lot more when I don't have to look at the pattern every row. But right now I do. The way she's like written it, I feel like I just have to look at it every row. So I think I'll like it a lot more once that stops. Okay, so I just moved my progress keeper. Let me show you the socks. I'm ahead of schedule on the socks, so I might not work on them over the weekend as much. I might try and get a little bit more done on my sweater. But here is my sock. It's looking very cute. Let me move the progress keeper. But it would be nice to have these socks done in June. Oopsie, I'm snagging something. It would be nice to have these socks done in June, so we'll see. Yeah, I don't know what I'll work on over the weekend yet. And then my blanket, most excited about. Look at this. Is it not beautiful? Look at my hand-dyed yarn. It like matches these so well. They're like so different, right? There's like such different vibes from I don't know, like moods. Like this one is just so light and airy and this one is like dark. But there's purple in both of them. I'm thrilled. I kind of picked my two favorite ones to start off with and then picked my, not my least two favorite, but just the ones I was least excited about maybe for this next one. And I'm loving it. This is a dream. I just finished like my second drop stitch section, if you can see that. So yeah. Ooh, I'm thrilled with this. I'm thrilled. It's just so beautiful. Wow. So yeah, that's a work I got done this week. Felt like it was a good crafting week. I woke up to an email from YouTube that said I have reached 500 subscribers. I think last week was I got an email that said I have uploaded 75 times, which is crazy. That's a lot of times. I mean I've been doing this for a few years, but this morning it said 500 subscribers. And that just blows my mind. I know the numbers like go up and down, but the fact that at any point that 500 people are like subscribed and wanting to craft with me, support me, is just amazing. So I was thinking last night or this morning or whenever I got that email of like something special to do to celebrate, because it feels like a big deal. And it is a big deal. Like I love this so much as a hobby. And it's just a really fun hobby, and the fact that people are wanting to be here with me in this like crafting space just brings me a lot of joy. So I had a few thoughts, and I wanted your opinion on. I could dye some yarn and like do a little giveaway. You know, pick a winner. And I mean, it's me dyeing yarn. I'm not a professional. I'm learning, so you got to be okay with like some. I don't know. You've got to be okay with some not perfect yarn, but it's like a love friendship, like a Valentine kind of a thing of like We could do that. I could film it and send it to a winner. Or we could also do a Q&A. I love Q&As. Because I feel like that's when I really get to know people that I follow on YouTube, is the random questions that I don't think to share, but other people think to ask. Yeah, so I was thinking a Q&A could be fun. So just let me know. Let me know what you'd rather have. I'll go with majority if there's people that respond. Otherwise, I'll just pick one, whichever sounds fun next week. But yeah, I'm so grateful for you all. I hope to be back next week. I plan to. I hope you have a wonderful weekend if you're watching this when it comes out, and otherwise we will chat very soon. Leave me a comment down below if you have any opinions on what to do to celebrate. But thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next week. Bye.